Hello, everyone. Welcome. Get this pulled over a minute here. Here we go. That's better. Hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. Glad you're all back here again with us today. Looking forward to sharing some new information with you about meal planning. We all know it's a pretty hectic time for us. Busy, busy, busy. Lots of things going on in our personal lives and with our kiddos. So we're going to take a few minutes and try and talk about how we can make things a little easier for us in our lives with meal planning, and more importantly, as well as how we can make our meals more nutritious and save us some money as well. So that's our goal for today. And for those of you who are new with us today, my name is Tammy. I am Tammy Boos with the Cooperative Extension here in Decatur. And we are through the SNAP Ed program. So we're going to talk about nutrition and how we can make things, like I said, a little easier for you as well. So we want everybody to have an opportunity to join us and share their comments and their questions, their concerns, different ideas, how we can move forward with things. So please feel free to join us with your conversation. You can either put it in the chat box, you can unmute yourself and talk with us directly. But I won't call on you because I don't want anybody to feel uncomfortable. So we call this voice by choice. So we want to make sure everybody has an opportunity. If there's something you think about later after the class is over, please feel free to contact me. I will put my email address in the chat box for you. And you are welcome to join me and talk. We can share conversations or share thoughts and ideas or just visit for a little bit. Golly, that would be fun too. So don't hesitate to give me a call. So with that being said, how many of you got a chance to do some of the goals or try some of the new things from last week? I hope those all worked for you. I hope you had time to implement those, or maybe you're still working on them, and that is just as good too. So hopefully, that will be something to help you, a good learning tool. I know it's always nice to go back and refresh things. So a couple things I want to share with you is there is a website called Eat, Move, Save. And it's a great website to go on and research any kind of recipe or knowledge that you might want to refresh yourself on, or something you just don't know, or something you want to try new. They've got lots of good recipes. They got ideas for cooking different things. They got some great tips for, how to serve things and in casseroles and all kinds of fun stuff. So if you're looking at that piece of fish tonight and you're like, I don't know what I'm going to do with that, jump on the Eat, Move, Save website and type in fish in your search engine for recipes, and it's going to give you a wide variety of recipes that you can choose from. So enjoy that website. It's great. It's great. You'll love it. So the first thing we're going to talk about is meal planning and what advantages do we have in meal planning? Okay, has anybody got any ideas? What kinds of things do you feel that you might benefit from planning your meals ahead of time? Okay, just simply that. How can we plan meals ahead of time, and how do you think it's going to be beneficial for you and your family? Okay, I can think of a couple different things. Less expensive. What about a little bit more balanced? Maybe it might include more fruits and vegetables. You can watch the intake on your portion sizes, salts, the amount of oils or saturated fats, or how much sugar is in there. So those are a couple of different things. What else do you think? How about saving us money, not stopping at restaurants quite as often, the takeout food, which is causing us more, a more expense, more strain on your budget. So we look at that. You make meals at home and you have leftovers. What are we going to do with leftovers? Can we make another meal with them? Absolutely. We can make another meal. We can do another snack, sandwiches, anything like that. So the old saying, about waste not, want not. So if we have leftovers, we can make another second meal with them. So that's less waste, again, which is better on our budget as well, right? If you have, let's just say you had a beef roast for supper and you had leftovers. So what can you do with it the next day? Sometimes the little kiddos are like, I don't want it again. Oh my goodness. Well, how about if you turn it into stew or vegetable soup, or shred it and make Italian beef sandwiches or a barbecue sandwich? There's all kinds of different things that you can make over after your leftovers. And sometimes I think we all get caught up in how we got to hurry up and get a meal prepared, that we forget about what we can do with the leftovers to save on our budget, because it's not a wasteful thing. So how can we save, and how can we be creative to make another meal out of what's left over? Okay, so that's a good thing. The other thing is, what about planning ahead so that we know when we're making it, we're not making a bunch of necessary trips to the grocery store? Pick me. I don't know about you guys, but I have a terrible time if I want to make something and I didn't think it through, and I'm like, oh golly, I forgot I needed a can of vegetable soup, and or a can of cream of mushroom soup, or I needed some chicken stock or whatever, and I'm like, I can run to the store. So I end up running to the store, and then I see this, that, and the other that's not on my agenda for the day, and I end up stretching that budget just a little bit farther in, for sometimes that elastic just doesn't like to hold up with this quite as well. Okay, so what else? Is there anything else? Those impulse buys are, they kind of get to us. I know I'm bad about it too. Anything else you can think of? Okay, well, I had forwarded some handouts for you guys for today. So if you didn't get those, I know that they have been posted, so you might want to jump in and find those again, and so you can share, we can share those together. So the first one I want us all to look at together, because we're going to kind of spend a little bit of time on this, is the meal planning practice sheet. Okay. And if something like this will help you, you can print out more than one copy and use it at home, and, make your own meals for the week, or you can draw a chart. The other nice thing is, if you got little ones at home or big ones, it doesn't really matter. If you got kiddos at home or other family members, let them sit down with you and, come up with your menu for the week. Sometimes they've got some really good ideas. Maybe they heard a friend talking about a different recipe and they want to try that. Maybe you found a different recipe. Example, Eat, Move, Save. You've got on the Eat, Move, Save website and you found a new recipe you want to try. So now you're going to jump on that and, try a new recipe. Okay. So these guys in this handout, they have provided one day's worth of meals for us. So we're going to talk about those for a second, and then we're going to do another day, okay? So for breakfast, we've got orange juice, a banana smoothie, some oatmeal with raisins. Okay, that's a pretty good balanced breakfast there. For lunch, we have a turkey lettuce, tomato on a tortilla stand, kind of a wrap or a roll up, apples and carrot sticks, and non-fat milk. And a snack. Okay, snacks are really good to think about. So how can we make snacks for the kiddos? Something that they can take, or something you can take quick as well. Maybe you're rushing out from, you know, from an after work meeting, and you've got to rush home and get something done, and then you got to rush out and go to a meeting, or you're coming back from a ball game. The kids have got ball games and stuff, and so you're coming back and need a quick snack. Okay, so think about those kinds of snacks that you can make ahead of time. Keep them in a special place in your cabinet so the kids know, or in the refrigerator. You know, you can always dice up fruits, vegetables ahead of time. Keep them in a little Ziploc baggie. What about trail mix? I think sometimes we forget about what can we do with that little bit of cereal that's left at the bottom that, you know, maybe it's not enough for a bowl, or the kids don't like it anymore. So what can we do with that? So let's say we've got whole grain Cheerios. So let's add some raisins, some nuts, maybe some sesame seeds, sunflower seeds, any kinds of seeds like that. Mix it all up, and we've got a trail mix. You can add coconut flakes to it, any of those kinds of things to make yourself, you know, just put like a half a cup in it, or in a baggie, or a cup in a baggie, and zip it shut, and it's good to go. Throw it in the kids' backpacks for after school, those kinds of things. So these guys came up with a yogurt with fruit. So if you've got plain yogurt in the refrigerator and you've got fruit chopped up, you can mix up in some fruit into your yogurt and some granola, and voila, you got a great snack for after school, before the kids do homework. You know, a snack before they go to bed. Sometimes, you know, kiddos like a little extra something just before they go to bed. And then for dinner, we have a cheesy chicken, rice, broccoli salad, casserole, whole wheat bread, apple crisp, and non-fat milk. Okay, so let's go to, that was Monday's meal. Let's go to Tuesday. Let's see what we can come up with for Tuesday. What could be our meal plan for Tuesday? Anybody got any ideas? How about a bowl? Well, look here. I've got something set up back here. I've got a bowl of whole grain cereal with some blueberries on top, a slice of whole wheat toast, and I got a banana and a smoothie. Okay, we've got a smoothie. Maybe a strawberry or raspberry smoothie. Okay, so there's breakfast. And how about lunch? Well, let's just say that earlier in the week, we did grilled chicken out on the grill. So I have some extra grilled chicken. And I have a salad here with a cucumber and tomato, carrots. And I'm going to chop up that piece of chicken and put that chicken on top. So I've got, let's just call it a chicken club sandwich for lunch, or chicken club salad for lunch. All right, and let's see what we can do for dinner. How about if we do rice, like a whole grain rice, and some fish? And how about a vegetable to go with that? Maybe some green beans or corn maybe. And maybe we want to have a salad along with that too, just to have a little extra. And how about some strawberry shortcake with some low-fat Cool Whip on the top and a glass of milk. How about that? Okay, so now we have Tuesday's meal. So if we wanted to move forward, we wanted to keep going and make those meals for the entire week. Okay, so then now that we have our meal all put together, now we're going to make our list for the grocery store. So what are we going to need from the grocery store? Well, first thing we want to do is look through our cabinets and see what we have that we don't need to buy. Okay. Maybe you had, maybe there was a sale on, bananas. And so you have it already, a bunch of bananas. You don't need to worry about that for breakfast, or you already got the box of cereal. Okay. Maybe you already had some turkey or the tortilla wraps from maybe you had tacos earlier in the week or the week before. So make sure you go through your cabinets, your refrigerator, freezer, and see exactly what you have and what you need to add, so that you can make your list. Take your menu with you and mark off what you need, what you don't need. Make a separate list of what you have to have from the grocery store. Okay, so we got our list from the grocery store, right? So I'm just gonna assume I need everything on my list. Okay, maybe we were really stretched the budget and we wiped everything out last week, so we just really need to get everything bought. Okay, so what do I need to do next? Now I have my list. I know what I need for the week. How often do you guys shop? Do you guys shop once a week? Do you shop every other week? Do you shop once a month? How often do you guys shop? You need to plan your menus accordingly. Okay, so if you shop every week, then just take 1 week, obviously 2 weeks, 2 weeks. So get your meal plan together and decide what you want to do. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I have all of these trusty dusty grocery flyers. Okay, I don't make these much anymore, you guys. So I think it's an age of the past. But so I have grocery flyer here. Here's some fish. Here's some chips, some dressing. Here's some juice. Let's see what's here. We've got, we've got some fruit up here. We got some, here's a good one. We've got a bunch of fruits and vegetables. We got some potatoes, sweet potatoes, some green beans. Here's some more chicken, some beef, that kind of stuff. So we're going to take a few minutes and we're going to look at our grocery list. Now, I kind of do this and I kind of don't. So it's entirely up to you. I have a couple different places that I shop at. So I might look at the shopping sale flyers for both these places that I shop at. And I might realize that I could save some money by going to both places. If that's something you do, time allots, whatever. But if I could save money going to like both places, so can I go to store A and I realize that they've got really good buys and their fruit's fresher and their vegetables are better. If I want to buy fresh vegetables or fresh fruits, and they have a better quality of them. So, maybe I want to go there. Maybe their meat selection's a little bit better. Then I want to go to store B, and maybe they have better sales like on their canned goods and their dry products, their dry goods and that kind of stuff. So maybe I want to go there. So look at your menu or look at your flyers and see exactly. Here's a pretty good buy. I mean, here's pork loin for $1.69 a pound. The other thing we need to remember is, remember I talked to you guys about, we've talked about this several times, buying in bulk. So if I go to the store and I realize that this boneless pork is $1.69 a pound, wow, that's a pretty good deal. And they have a 4-pounder. Man, we don't need that much for our family, but I can cut that in half and put the other part in the freezer. Now I have something backed up in the freezer for later. And I was able to buy it at a lesser price. So maybe next week when I go that this same pork loin is now $1.99 a pound. Well, I've saved myself 30 cents by just buying it ahead of time. Okay. A lot of your meats are that way. You know, they buy them in bulk. So chicken breasts, obviously, you know, you can buy them in a bag. I know some of the stores I go to, like a 5-pound bag of chicken breast, or chicken strips in like a 3 or 5-pound bag. And it makes a big difference because you can go home, you can divide those up. Say I just need 6 chicken strips to feed me and the kids, then I'm going to put 6 of them in a bag, and I'm going to make my bags down, and oh gosh, look, I can make 4 meals out of this bag. Okay, so a good way to shop. If you know that you're going to be making a salad or a fruit salad, or you've got something specific coming up that you need some extras, you know, look at your buy on your bananas, 39 cents a pound. I could buy a few extra bananas for 39 cents a pound, and I could make a banana salad. I could make banana bread, chop up bananas on top of cereal, you know, those kinds of things. The other thing that's a nice thing to remember as well, and sometimes it's easy to forget, is that there are things that are in season. So right now, it's kind of getting close to strawberry season, okay? So strawberries are going to be, they're going to be fresher and better because they're not a forced strawberry, right? They're not something that's forced to grow or bloom or, you know, whatever. So it's going to be a better quality of strawberry. And they might be a little cheaper because they're not a forced object, okay? So if you buy things within the season, then you save as well, okay? So this planning and seasoning all goes kind of hand in hand. So keep that in mind. Okay, so I got my list, and I know what I have to have for both. Let's say I'm going to go 2 weeks, and I'm going to go 2 weeks for shopping, and this is what I need, okay? And I need to make sure that before I go that I look and see that maybe I need an extra meal because the kiddos are going to be home from school a couple days, or, you know, maybe we've got a family function and got a cookout, or, you know, something extra that I need to do. So I need to make sure I have everything I need to stop the possibility of a quick trip to the store and an impulse buy. So then I kind of want to look at my plate. I want to keep my plate in my mind and think, okay, in this meal planning, did I make sure that there was enough proteins? Is there enough dairy? You know, the vegetables and the grains are half of our plate every day, for the vegetables and fruits, and then the grains fill in a little bit as well. So did I cover all of those areas? Did I make sure I had enough of what we need in those areas? Okay. So if you're looking at somebody on, like, let's just do a 2,000 calorie diet, which we know is, you know, kind of that middle of the range diet for most of us. Obviously the kiddos are going to need a little bit more, right? In that age bracket, that pre-teen age bracket, they're going to need like a 2,400 calorie diet. But most of the time, like a 2,000 calorie, little bitty ones are going to need a lot less. But, you know, 2.5 cups every day of your fruits and vegetables each. And then your dairy, you want like 3 cups. Now, 3 cups can be all milk. You can get it in the variety of cheese or yogurt, those kinds of things. So make sure, you know, you're aware of what those are. And proteins are like 5 to 6 ounces a day. And proteins are your meats, your nuts, peanut butter, that kind of stuff. Those are all going to get you into that category of your proteins. Okay. Anybody got any questions about that? You know, this diet stuff changes very quickly sometimes, so it's hard to kind of keep track on it. But if you kind of base it on like a 2,000 calorie diet, you're pretty safe. Okay, what are some extra things that you might think that we might need as a pop-up something or the other? Maybe some things that you might want to keep on hand just in case. If you think forward to what we talked about leftovers and stuff, if you have leftovers and there's something that I can cook from a leftover, do I have everything I need for that? If I'm going to make, if I made that, let's go back to the roast. If I made the roast and I have leftovers, so I'm going to make like a poor boy sandwich or, you know, an Italian beef sandwich, I'm going to julienne all that up. I'm going to stick it in there and, okay, oh gosh, I didn't have maybe the peppers or the pepper juice that I wanted in there. Or I didn't have the Italian seasoning. Maybe I didn't have enough beef broth, you know, that kind of stuff. So I try and myself buy, if something's on sale and I don't necessarily need 2 or 3 or 4, some of these stores, I really stock up. When you get a store that has vegetables or fruits 10 for 10, oh my gosh, well, we don't go through 10 cans in a week, but 10 for 10 is a whole lot better at spending $1 a can than it is spending $1.50 or $1.75 a can when they're not on sale. So then in that aspect, I might have the extra can of cream of mushroom soup or the extra can of cream of chicken soup to make, you know, whatever I need to make. So that's kind of something to kind of keep in the back of your mind. Okay, so how's everybody doing? Everybody got this all kind of sorted out in your minds about how you want to shop and how you're going to plan your meals? Coupons are another thing. Okay, so sale flyers, we've been over the sale flyers. Now what about coupons? They don't do a lot of coupons anymore, but you know, you go online, you can find online coupons. Some of the newspapers still do a coupon, or if they don't mail them out, you know, you don't get them in your newspaper, they might be inside the door when you walk into the store. And I've seen some of them that just actually do just have a printout at the register, and so they know, you know, that the signage is on the item in the aisle, but when you get to the register, they have a one and done coupon that they use for everybody. So keep those in mind. What about pricing? What's another thing we can look at for pricing? So sales, bulk, coupons. What about unit pricing? Name brand versus store brand versus off brand. Sometimes your chains, stores will run specials on their own store brand and not a name brand. And then you have an off brand on the other end of the spectrum. So watch your sales and watch what you can buy for what price. Maybe it's a little bigger can or a little bigger quantity. Maybe if you bought whole grain rice and I don't really need this big of a bag, but you know what? Rice keeps, and the unit price per unit is better if I do it this way than if I went and bought the smaller one. Okay, so unit pricing is another thing to kind of to think about. So in your meal planning also, don't forget that you're just doing your meal plans on this sheet, which is awesome. However, when I mentioned about what other things you need to be concerned about or need to remember, do we have school lunches that you need to, or your own lunch to go to work, or hubby's lunch? You know, what are we doing for lunches for that kind of stuff too? So if it's during the week and the kiddos are at school, I don't have a lunch menu for them, but I do on the weekends, or maybe they're, you know, part-time school, part-time not, whatever their schedule changes. So make sure you accommodate for that. Okay. All right. Everybody got that? Good. All right, let's move on. So we've checked all the refrigerators and freezers. We've checked the cupboards. We've made our list. We've checked it twice, right? And we've gone through our coupons and our flyers and all that kind of stuff to find out exactly what we have and how we can save our money and what we can do from that. Okay. All right. So just kind of note to yourself to make sure when you look at your menu that you've included all 5 food groups and that you have a nice balance between those 5. If you feel like it's a little shy on one or the other, you might want to kind of relook at your menu just a little bit and kind of decide how you can adjust it accordingly. Okay. All right, let's see what we got next. You guys let me know how that shopping works, if it helps. If it's, you know, what we're trying to do is help you to get a better grasp on your shopping and your planning to make things easier for you, obviously. But we want to also, we want to make sure that things go smoothly for you and less stressful. So things are busy at work, things are busy with the kiddos. And so if I know I'm on my way home and I can go, oh, thank goodness for the meal planning, because I know this is what we're having tonight for dinner. And I'm good with that. So it's not standing at the cupboard trying to figure out what I'm doing, looking in the refrigerator or thinking, oh no, I didn't lay anything out. So I got to do one of 2 things. I've either got to dig through the freezer and find something and defrost it quickly and make something, or I'm, you know, last resort, I'm running through the fast food restaurant, or we're all going out to dinner because, you know, I forgot. So it will help you guys immensely. Okay, so let's talk about the recipe for the day. This is something that I think you guys can use for those leftovers. Okay, we talked about leftovers. So our recipe for the day is crisped chicken, corn chowder. Okay, kind of a soup kind of thing. All right, so it serves like 8 servings. And what we need is olive oil. And here comes our chicken in mind. When we had chicken the other night, you know, we had leftover chicken. So, okay, thinking ahead, I can make this chicken corn chowder and I can use that chicken that we grilled from the night before. Onion, celery, carrots, frozen corn, cream of potato soup, chicken broth, and this is, you know, got 1.5 cups of chicken broth. So maybe it's not going to take a full one, or, you know, you need to make sure that you know how many ounces you need so that you get the proper size of what you need. Okay. Low-fat milk, and then salt and pepper, obviously. So you're going to brown up your chicken, or if you've already cooked it, then you're just going to put it into a slow cooker and add all the ingredients. And this is one that you just want to kind of let it simmer for, you know, 4 to 6 hours. So this would be something that you could start. If you can, even if you did prep the night before. So, okay, I'm going to get this done. I'm going to put it all together, and I'm going to stick it in the slow cooker, and then put the slow cooker in the fridge. You know, my little centerpiece comes out. So I'm going to stick it in the fridge covered. And then tomorrow morning before I head to work, I'm going to stick it on my slow cooker and turn it on. And it's going to take 4 to 6 hours. Okay, so I can adjust the timing as needed. My mornings are kind of crazy, so not always do I have time to put something together like this. So I find it's easier for me and less stressful if I put some of this stuff together in the evenings, stick it in the fridge, maybe while, you know, dinner's cooking, or I'm cleaning up from supper anyway, doing dishes, whatnot. Then I can go ahead and do it then and accommodate for everything else that's going on. Okay, so there's your corn chowder recipe. All right. Okay, then the other thing that we talk about is take-home tips. And these are take-home tips. So from today, it is my goal, it was my purpose to tell you or to help you maybe have a better understanding and change a few things to make things better for you. But we had 4 things that we were trying to, you know, get across today or help you understand that would, you know, be more saving for you. So going to the grocery store, save time and money. Developing a meal plan. Check what you have on hand in the cupboard, refrigerator, and freezers to make sure you use them first. And then read your weekly grocery store flyer to see what is on sale and how that works into your plans for your meals and your snacks. And then buy staple food items when they are on sale and keep them on hand for easy snacks and meals. So I talked about sometimes it's easier to buy some of those things, you know, whole grain cereals, raisins, nuts, your fruits and vegetables, your yogurts and granola and all that kind of stuff. It's easier to buy a few more ahead of time, especially when you get them on sale, and then you have them to make something when you have the need for like your leftovers or something comes up and you need to figure out. All right, here's our goals, boys. What is this? These are some good ones too, you guys. So we're going to put these on the fridge, and we're going to, I encourage you to circle, let's just say 2 of them at least. So circle 2 of them and talk to me next week or shoot me an email or something and let me know how they are. So goal number 1, I will make a weekly plan. Number 2, I will try to keep staples on hand so I always have easy meal options. Number 3, I will check for sales on grocery store and use coupons when they save me money. And number 4, I will try to follow My Plate guidelines when planning meals. Okay, My Plate guidelines, remember we talked about those. Keep that plate just as balanced as you can and work through all of that. All right, anybody got any questions? Anybody got any ideas or suggestions, something they want to try? Something that you want to share that you've tried that's worked really well for you, that's been helpful for you? Please feel free to unmute yourself or drop it in the chat box there. So, all right. If nobody else has anything, next week's lesson is lesson 11. And this one is food shopping on a budget. So next week, we're going to talk about that unit pricing. All right. So unit pricing, how can we look at the unit pricing and can we get more bang for our buck, so to speak, so that we are saving money and utilizing every cent that we have to get us the best budget that we can. All right. If nobody else has anything, I want to thank you all for taking the time to share your time with us. And I certainly hope we've shared some ideas and some new topics of things that might help you to make things a little less stressful for you at home in your meal planning and your budget as well. So I thank you again, and I look forward to seeing you all next week, same time, same place, and we will talk then. Thank you very much, everybody. You have a great day. Bye-bye.